Okay. Okay, so we're live on Zoom. We're live on YouTube. Look at this. Tell you what, these webcams are rubbish, aren't they? That's better. No, it wasn't. Autofocus, auto exposure, overexposed. Anyway. Right. So good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I decided to do these sessions at 7 p.m. Eastern, uh, which means it's midnight in the UK, but then that's fine. Okay, so what I what I did on the landing page is that I said I was going to cover the four fundamentals of growing a business, any business, doesn't matter what it is, and that's kind of what I left on the landing page. Now, I did allude to the fact that I was going to do a funnel review this evening, but because everybody sort of signed up under the guise of doing the four, not the four Ps, the the four fundamentals, the C4 strategies I call it, we're going to do that. Okay. So it's nice and straightforward. And what I always like about this, and what you'll find in a lot of my trainings, is what you're going to learn are business principles. So if I taught you this 10 years ago, if I taught you this 5 years ago, if I teach you this in 3 or 4 years' time, it'll still work for you and it'll still be relevant. And I like that sort of thing. What I'm not a fan of is strategy is kind of gimmicky, trendy type strategies that are sort of here today and gone tomorrow. I'm not really sort of into that. I'm into sort of the fundamentals and the sort of, what's the fundamentals of building a business? What's the fundamentals of property developing? What's the fundamentals of growing a martial arts club? What's the fundamentals of growing an affiliate marketing business? And what you'll find is that the fundamentals of business is the same. There's different nuances, obviously, and there's different business models. But what we're going to do tonight is going to go through the the basics of building an affiliate marketing business. And I want to cover a couple of questions here because there's a question I probably get the most often. Um, is it all real, or is it just a bunch of old crud? Is the online business real? And I get where you're at because there's a lot of people in this business who act unnaturally. What I mean by that is they talk too fast, they look too excited, they're trying to be animated because they're trying to sell you something, and it all looks a bit weird. And your subconscious says this isn't real. So what's happening? Okay. And I get it. I absolutely get it because there are a lot of people in this business who just need time is the safest thing to say, is the fairest thing to say. They just need time to find themselves, to find where where they're at in the business, what skills they bring to the table, and for them to adapt into their brand. It's all about learning your trade. Okay. Whatever trade that is. Okay. You didn't come into the world being able to TIG weld. All right. You didn't come into the world being able to be a plumber. Okay. And certainly you didn't come into the world knowing how to be an affiliate marketer or do videos. So if you start doing videos straight away, you're going to be nervous, but then you're going to compensate for that nervousness by being a bit over animated. And I'm actually recording episode 7 tomorrow of my podcast. I'm going to be talking about this. It's a lot of things that really go on in the industry that people do and they don't realize they do, but it kind of discredits them. Subconsciously, they don't realize they're doing it. So I'm going to cover it in a podcast. It's going to be a really interesting podcast. I'm looking forward to doing it. I've even made some notes, would you believe? Which I never do. I never even script anything. I just sort of start talking and out it comes. And there we go. We've got a podcast. Um, yeah. So yes, the affiliate marketing business is real. And if you think about it, from the principles of building a business, all you're doing is you're supplying a product or a service that people need. So the first fundamental, really, if you go back to everyone talks about the gold rush, that example where they say, Millions were made in the gold rush, but not by the miners. Some miners made a good profit because they found gold, but the majority of the money was made by the suppliers of the picks and the shovels. And Levi Jeans made their name uh, in the gold mining era. Um, and as an affiliate marketer, you are in that position. That is where you're at. You're providing the tools, you're providing the facilities for people to be in business. And it's simple. It's simple and straightforward. But the trouble is, there's a lot of products out there that are not the sort of thing you want to be promoting. There's a lot of hype, there's a lot of gimmicks. And once you've got a little bit of experience about how this business works, you're going to see through all the bullshit. You'll see through it all. And you'll be able to tell if a business has got legs, and you'll be able to tell if a business is good or not based on your experience and past experiences. And sometimes that past experience is bad experience, but we all learn from it. And as long as you learn from it and don't sort of go, well, I tried that affiliate marketing thing, it was all a big scam. Okay. Because you never really know when you're first getting started. Let me just turn off the emails on. Better. Yeah, you never know when you're first getting started what you're looking at. I remember when I first started this game, it was about 2007, and there was this affiliate marketing thing. I didn't know what affiliate marketing was, and it was called Plug-in Profits. And I can't remember the guy's name who did it, but it'll come to me probably tomorrow. Um, and it was selling a bunch of affiliate marketing deals. And he was obviously an affiliate for all these, and all these people came, and then he got his name then. And it was really good. It was really good, but I didn't understand it. And I didn't understand what an autoresponder was. So because I didn't understand it, I didn't really understand what I got my hands on. It was okay, but I didn't really understand the concept. So I kind of looked at it and kind of kicked it a little bit and then came back to it and now I don't really understand it. Now the concept is simple and straightforward. But back then, I'm thinking, is this real? Is this actually work? Is this guy having me on? So I get where you're at. I get where you're at with the affiliate marketing thing. But all I would say to you is give it time. And at some point, you've got to go through that stage where you go, right, I don't really know what I'm doing. I kind of trust the people who's around me. I've been talking to this guy or that guy, or I've been talking to that lady or whoever, and I'm going to pick one of them to work with, and I trust them enough, and I'm just going to go in. When you get into business, you've got to give it everything. Okay, and I know that's weird saying that because you don't know what you're doing, but this opportunity of being in an online business where you're independent, where you can go and do whatever you want, you can put as much work into it. You've got pretty much freedom to do what you want. Is is still available. And between you and me and everybody else, how long is that facility going to be available for? I don't know. But right now it's available and it's free and you can do it. Excuse me, I've got something going up my nose. So you can do it for free. Well, you can't do it for free, but you can do it. You've got the freedom to build a business. And what I'm going to say to you is that if you've still got the freedom to build a business online, build it, build it fast, build it as quick as you can. Just do it. Okay. Because I'll tell you, there's a lot of people in this industry. We'll get into the trade in a minute. There's a lot of people in this industry that have been around it for many, many, many years, and they don't really do anything. They like the community, they like the aspect of it, they only enjoy the training, they enjoy all sorts of facets around the industry, but they don't actually make any money at it. Um, for whatever reason, that's up to them. But if you're gonna be in business, don't mess about with it. Get it done. Okay. Right. So the C4 strategy is very straightforward. Okay. So if you're watching this live, if you're watching this on replay, get a pen, get a notepad, write this down, take some notes. And what I'm going to be doing is putting this recording in the library, in the academy, so you can get access to that as well. So the first C, very simple, is just collect. Collect. You've got to collect people's information and data. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you collect it. And one of the things I was saying last week was that when I first started my karate club, what I would do, I'd go around with a big bag, and it was a big bag. And at the start of the day, it was quite heavy, about 2 or 3 thousand leaflets, A4, A5 leaflets, and I would put them through people's letterboxes. And I would have my phone just here in a little pocket, and I'd be putting these through. And then after about an hour, oh, phone call. Oh, hello, yeah, yeah, I'm interested in your karate club. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we'd have a little conversation. And I would say, okay, we're doing a beginner's course next Tuesday. Do you want to come over? Yeah, we'll come over. Here's a location. Here's my number if you get lost or whatever. We'll see you there. Okay. And I would take their name, take their number. That's getting a lead. Okay. Simple, simple and straightforward. Okay. That's just the common sense way to do business. You get a lead from somebody, and if they turn up, you go, oh, are you John? Yeah. Hi, I'm John. Then they're there. If they don't turn up, then you can follow up with them. Okay. Oh, yeah, sorry. Car broke down on the way there, whatever. Okay. So you've got to collect, and it doesn't matter how you collect. It doesn't matter what skills you've got. A lot of people get wrapped up in, well, I don't have the skills, or they get wrapped up in, I'm a bit out of my depth with all this online technology thing and this thing I've got to do, which is called a magnet, a lead magnet. What's that? I don't understand. What's a landing? I don't understand what a landing page is. Okay. You don't have to get wrapped up in all that. Take details from people however you would take details. Use the skills that you've already got. And once you understand the principle of what you're doing, okay, so people they're reaching out to me on social media or whoever. Where do I send them? Well, you send them to a landing page. Okay, I get that. Okay, so the first C, collect. Okay, and there's many different ways that people collect information. If you look at some of the ways that people do paid advertising now, um, go straight to give something away and then reach out to me on Facebook Messenger. And it's a lot more direct when you think about it. Okay. You're engaging with somebody on Facebook Messenger. You can be anywhere in the world, the UK, Australia, wherever. Okay. You get the idea. Instant messaging. And why is there a need for an email? There isn't always. I would recommend it, but in that situation, sometimes you don't need it. And if you're familiar with Facebook Messenger, as most people are, you can build your business that way. So there's no hard and fast rules. And this is something else I want to touch on is, and I've been sort of guilty of this in the past, of teaching people, okay, this is the way. This is how you do it. You do a lead magnet, you then get their email and you follow up with them. That's it. That's it. Done. Okay. And it's not the way. Okay, there are many different ways to capture people's attention, and get their details to follow up with them. So whatever you do is up to you. But always do something that is in line with you. Okay, we'll come to that in a bit. Okay, so collect. And right now, with the online thing, attention is everything. Attention, getting attention, keeping attention. And it's almost like, as a marketer, you're that little 3-year-old, okay, who wants to go and play on the swings, and you just tap in your mum and dad's leg. Dad, mum, can I go on the swings? Can I go? And they go, no, we'll go a bit later. Okay. So but rather than going in the corner, okay, the marketer just keeps on tapping and don't give up. No, stop it. No, just keeps, but not quite in an annoying way. But that's what we need to do for attention. And one of the things I've been teaching recently is the kind of the time it takes to get attention and for people to start paying attention. And one of the things that we're competing with now, we're competing with AI. And I know what it's like. There's the majority of, and you know what it's like. You go onto Facebook and you start reading it and you go, oh, it's bloody AI. Bloody nonsense. Get rid of that. Okay. Or you start watching a video, some guy in a race car. Oh, this is Michael Schumacher from whenever it was. And you go, oh, it's made up. It's not even real. So you're competing with that. And AI is going to get more and more sophisticated to a point where you're going to have to be a good facilitator of AI to keep up. So you're going to have to be the person behind the AI in order to keep up with AI, in order to keep up with all these. Because I was on my YouTube channel yesterday, and I'm having a look and messing about and doing a bit of SEO and stuff, and I suddenly came across John McLaughlin. I was like, this is interesting. It's got my videos on it as well. And somebody had just swiped my videos and taken my videos, uploaded them onto a new channel, and that's it. Okay, thanks very much. But your AI is going to be in a position, in not very long. Remember, it's growing exponentially. AI will be able to copy everything. Okay, I've just built an academy. I started building this academy. I started building it out in 2020, and it's gone live a few weeks ago. All right. So, yeah, I haven't been working full time in it. Obviously, I've been doing different things and coming back to it and getting stuck with the software and then coming back. But AI, all right, is going to allow people to click a button and it'll go, please copy John McLaughlin's Academy. Click. There we go. Thank you. It's all been reproduced. So we've got to be on the ball. We've got to be on the ball with AI, and I'm not a fan of AI because I'm not a fan of people being lazy. I'm a fan of people putting the graft in, learning a trade, and seeing results at the end of it. Then you've got these lazy people who go, oh, no, I'll use AI. Thanks very much. Press a button, there you go, it's all done. Hate it. Okay. So we've got to keep ahead of the curve. And what I'm saying right now is that, if you're kind of thinking, well, yeah, okay, I'll maybe look at AI. Look at AI now. Look at how you can get ahead of the curve and keep ahead. Because attention, like I say, is everything. And if you don't, you're going to be lost. Okay. So that's my final thoughts on that. Before we move on to the next one. Okay. So first one is collecting information. Okay. Collecting leads, getting leads in. And leads is everything in business. Right. Next thing is capturing. Okay. In fact, the first one, collecting, obviously getting eyeballs, getting attention. Okay. Next one is capturing. So again, we need capture pages. We need to be taking information. We need to have a process to be able to get people's information and follow up with them. I know it's a cliche, and I know it's a cliche that needs to be said because a lot of people don't follow up in the right way. Follow up is everything. And I'm putting a course together at the moment in the academy and one of the sections on it is all about follow up, and it's the follow up that I do over 4 days that includes not just a series of emails, but reaching out to them on Messenger, reaching out to them in different ways, reaching out to them in the ways that I saw them initially, and just saying, "Hey, how are you doing?" Not in a annoying kid way, but in a way that builds businesses. Because when people first sign up for something, that's when they're interested, and you've got to follow up in the right way. And it's not a case of just being relentless and ruthless. It's a case of these people signed up for a reason. The reason they signed up is because they need help, and I can provide that help. And if they don't want that help, then fair enough. But remember, the help's here. And remember what you've got access to as well when you start an online business. Starting an online business has got nothing to do. I'm going to contradict myself here because it will sound a bit weird. Nothing to do with making money. Okay, it's everything to do with helping your audience get what they want. And if you remove the whole me nonsense that everyone seems to do these days on social media and I want attention and all that sort of thing, take the attention away from yourself and give it to your audience and go, okay, how can I help you in the best way possible? Because I can. Okay, even if you're brand new, I don't care if yesterday you were working in your cubicle and today you've made the decision to start an online business. Okay, you're still working away, hats off to you, but now you've made the decision to start. And you have so much value to share to someone who hasn't started. And I've seen people in this business go from zero to seriously successful in a short amount of time because they took it seriously and they went, right, okay, this is it. I'm going to go with it. When I say short amount of time, 4 years, completely change their circumstances for the better. And if you've got the power to do that in the business that you're building, do you think you've got a duty to go and follow up with them people? Excuse me, you asked some information. Do you want this information? Oh yeah, yeah. I really appreciate that. If you get the right people and you follow up in the right way, not in an aggressive way, not in an overhypey way, you know, not in a way where you think you have to go to some rehab clinic because some people do and they overkill it and they learn quick. But just in a way where you're reaching out to people to help them, then you owe it to your audience to go and help them. Okay. So take the attention away from you and say, how can I help you? Okay. How can you help your audience? So you're capturing the attention. And this is something I've heard. I'm going to say a saying here that it's not my saying, but it's something I've heard over the years, and it's something I heard on a call a couple of weeks ago. Um, if I could read my own writing better. Okay, so it says, if you would only do what you knew how to do, things would change. So if you would only do what you knew how to do, things would change. Okay. And that's what it goes back to that constantly learning your trade and putting yourself in the driving seat and applying yourself and learning from the lessons. If you could just do what, I'll read it again. If you would only do what you knew how to do, things would change. Okay. So thanks for that, Dan. That's your phrase. Um, and it's always the same. People don't know what they don't know. So you get into a business, you feel a bit overwhelmed, you sign up for a meeting, you're a bit nervous about being on camera, so you're watching in the shadows or you don't turn up. Okay, I get that, but eventually you're learning, and then there's a thirst for learning. And then you want to, right, okay, I want to take all the information I can. So you're in the driving seat and you're pushing forward, okay, and you're doing the things that you've got to do. You're doing the tasks, okay. Right. So the next one. So that's the first one. Collect. Okay, get attention, get eyeballs on your stuff. Next thing is capture leads. Okay, so capturing. Next thing is communicate. And this kind of goes on with what I've just been saying about follow-up, communicating with your audience. So the first way we communicate, really, really simple. I use a get response, my autoresponder. But the most natural way to do things is to get people to sign up to something. So you're giving something away for free. Okay. Now that concept still works, but there are certain nuances that have to be changed. Like the days of giving an ebook away, I'll get an ebook, I'll get a good quality PLR ebook, I'll rewrite it, I'll put my picture on it, I'll sign it, and then I'll send it out. Okay. Still works to a degree. But answer me this. How many times have you downloaded an ebook or a giveaway or something in exchange for your email and gone, that's brilliant. That's such a great thing. I'll read it later. I ain't got really got time now, but I'll read it a bit later. And you never open it ever. Okay. How many how many times do you buy a product and you feel better because you bought the product? I bought the product. I'm making waves in my business. I'm so happy. And you never actually open the damn thing. But it's there. Okay, so when I'm ready, I'll come. But I've bought it, I've made that commitment, so it's there. Okay, and sometimes you just feel better because you know it's on your hard drive, somewhere on your hard drive. I'm not quite sure where it is, but you know it's there. Okay, and this is what happens with the online business world. So as a marketer, you're going to go out and try and put these lead magnets together. You'll be getting people's details, which is the idea, but ultimately you want people to go through the information. Okay, so the crux of lead magnets is you want the information, boom, like that. Okay, something delivered in 5 or 10 minutes. If you're going to do a video, deliver it in 5 minutes, 10 minutes max. Okay, and talk to them as quickly as you can. So the best solution for that would be either get them on a Facebook Messenger, which is instant and direct, or do both, do a combination of two things. Okay. So take their details, take their email, follow up with them on a messenger, and then send out automated autoresponders in your email sequence. So, and again, talking about email sequence, that was something that used to really take the time with me, writing out really good, not long, but clever email autoresponders and follow-up sequences. And now, you can if you know what to say, and again, you've got to understand the principles of what you're doing, but you can get AI to do that for you, as long as you understand the process first. Okay, and this is one of the things about AI is that you see a lot of these guys. I watched a video the other day with Frank Kern. Excuse me, he was talking about what was he doing? He was reviewing something of Alex. I think he was reviewing a video with Alex Hormozy, and he was putting a sales. I think he was putting sales copy together for this book or something like that. But you see, if you watch that, okay, let me know in the comments if you saw that, okay, and let me know if in the comments if you saw Frank doing that video, and let me know what you thought, because Frank Kern, he's one of these marketers. He's a bit like the old school bricklayer, right? You see these old guys, not that you're an old guy, Frank, don't worry, but you see these guys who are really qualified in bricklaying. Okay, what do you call it in America? Like a masonry or something. No, bricklayer, and like that, real quick. And it's like, wow, it'll make it look really so easy. And Frank's the same. He makes everything look so easy, and everything kind of flows with him. But what you need to give all the right prompts, you need to know the principles of marketing. And that's the difference between making AI work and just churning out garbage. And there's a lot of people that will churn out garbage. And there was a really good story. I'll tell you this real quick. And I can't remember the names. This came from Laurel Porty. I was watching one of her videos, and she said that there was this famous psychologist who was chauffeured around by a chauffeur, and this psychologist used to go and give talks on psychology. And every time this talk was given, his chauffeur would sit in the back and listen. And at the end of it, he'd go off. And after a while, the chauffeur said, "You know what?" I said, I bet I could give your speech word for word. I've heard it so many times, I bet I could do it. I went, okay. So the next time we do a session, we'll change roles. I'll put the chauffeur costume on, you put a suit on, give the talk, give the speech. So we did. And the chauffeur got on stage and he gave the talk and he was fantastic. In fact, maybe even a little bit better than the psychologist. And they all applauded, gave him a standing ovation, and it came to Q&A. And people were asking questions. And the first guy stood up and he asked the question. He says, "Okay, I've just got to refer that question to my chauffeur." And that is what is happening right now with AI. There's a lot of people generating great looking videos, okay, great looking stuff, but there's no substance behind it. And when it comes to people reaching out and asking questions, they don't know what to say. So all this thing about AI, yes, it's good, but you need to understand the principles of marketing first. You need to learn your trade first. Okay. So if you're going to take anything away from tonight, take that away with you. Learn your trade. Learn the principles of marketing. So communicate. We need to communicate in many ways possible, and we need to find many different touch points straight away, many different ways of reaching out to people in those early days. So they've expressed an interest, and then we're out there. Okay. But we're not bombarded them with stuff. We're just, how can I help? Have you seen this? Can I show you that? Okay. So you're constantly just giving them help. And the next one is simple. What do you do after you've communicated with somebody? What do? You close. Okay. you close, which means you're going to sell something. Okay. Now, do you want to know the secrets of selling? Let me know in the comments if you want to know. Put a one in the comment just below whilst I take a little slurp of my coffee. Okay. The secret to selling. Let me ask you this. Anybody on here? Okay, I know uh most of my most of my audience are sort of 40 plus. Okay, look like a bit like me. Okay, maybe maybe a bit more hair. Okay, but 40 plus of a certain age. Now, I'm quite a big fan of Kojak, okay, from the 70s because it's the 70s. Okay, and the 70s was great. Okay, I know there's a lot of problems in the 70s, but at least we knew where we were. So I like watching that from that perspective. And there's one scene where there's a salesman in a parking lot or a car lot, and he's selling. And he's a typical sort of, wide boy, smarmy type salesman. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. It's got the stripe in it. The wife would love that. Do you want to go and sit in it? And it's only all that sort of nonsense where people think that's what sales is. It's just trying to convince people to sell something, and using all these weird sort of outdated, what people used to call psychology to try and sell people. It doesn't work. Okay. And never really did. Never really did. And yet a lot of people within this industry and MLM, they think it does. And that's why most people fail because they're just a little bit they're using the wrong techniques. Sales is asking questions. Sales is asking questions. What are you looking for? What's your kind of what's your desire? What's your pain point? Have a chat with people. Ask questions. Okay. Because what people will do is when you ask questions about them, they're more receptive. People love talking about themselves. And if you do that and you just get information from them, what happens is all you need is maybe one sentence. Okay. It looks like, this is a good fit for you. Where do you want to go from here? Yeah, this is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to say anymore. I want to get involved. Can I sign up with you? Yeah, and it's as simple as that. It's ask questions. Never, in some circumstances, when it comes to selling, there'll be a case. If someone says, "How much is it?" Okay, you tell them. You tell them, this is how much it is. Okay, but in some circumstances, it'll be okay. Okay, so where do you want to go from here? Because I think you're a good fit for this. Yeah, I think you're right. If they say, okay, where do you want to, what's the next step for you? What do you want to, where do you want to go now? And they go, well, I'm not really sure. Okay, well, what are you not sure about? Again, questions. What are you not sure about? Well, it's really this. What you don't want to do is do what the teach in network marketing, where they go, well, handle objections. And as soon as somebody has an objection, you you give them a solution. People don't want bloody solutions. People are getting solutions every day on social media and everything else. People want to make a decision for themselves. So well, it's the money really. Okay. So what can we do about that? Okay, and get them to answer the question. No, that's okay. We've got a payment plan. That's fine. You only have to pay that. That's fine. No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. We can do it for you. We can sort it out. Okay, what's next? That's that's a typical sort of thing. Ask people questions, get in the head, and just get them to know that you care about them. Because if you do and you genuinely care about people, then that will come over. If you don't care about people, then they go, okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Have you got some information you can send me? Because and they'll just try and they'll try and get off. I do my things on Zoom. They'll just try and get off the call with you. Okay, I'll let you know. I've just got to go and ask the missus and make sure it's okay with her. But yeah, if you send me some information, I'll look and we'll talk soon. Thanks a lot. Bye. Bye. Okay, so don't do that. So closing people. No one likes to sell. You don't have to. Ask people questions. They will sell themselves. Because if people want to do something, you know what it's like. You want to go and buy a new pair of trousers. You want to go and buy something for yourself. You make the decision. And you go to the shops. the salesman comes out and he goes, "Do you need some help?" No, it's okay. I'm just looking because I've already made the decision that I'm going to buy something, so you don't need to sell me. Okay. But then you get this salesman that isn't in your face going, "Oh, you tried that on, you tried that on. Oh, that was a nice one. You go bugger off and off somewhere else." You know, I've already made the decision to buy, so I'll have that, please. And that's it's the same in this industry. Okay. So never get worried about, oh, I've got to sell. I don't like selling, you know. And if you apply yourself in the right way, if you go on the trainings and if you have the courage to step out, and what I mean by that stepping out is like I've got a video going over there, I've got a video camera on here, I'm live over on Facebook. No, I'm not. We don't do Facebook Live now because they don't like us. Go live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. And for some people, that would be terrifying. And I remember, I'll give you a story right now. 20, I don't know when it was, 2015. What's that, 10 years ago? So 10 years ago, I was in Texas at a marketing event. And it's a quite a big deal. You know, I'm from the north of England, go over to Texas, go and hire a car, go and, by myself and all that sort of thing. I'm not, I've traveled quite a lot, but you spend a lot of money on a thing, and it was a big thing. So I thought there's loads of opportunities there to get lots of really good marketing collateral. I did loads of videos, and it was really successful. One of the things that I wanted to do was a Facebook Live, and I remember I've got my phone plugged in here. Okay, this right, right. Imagine this is my phone. Okay, this is the battery pack, but that's about the size of the phone at the time. So I'm in the hotel room and I've got it all drafted out. I'm in Texas interviewing some 6 and 7 figure earners. It's fantastic. And I'm gonna do a live. Okay. I got it all done. And remember the big button or the big button when you press it like that, you press the button and you go live. And I'm looking at it going, and I was dead and I was so nervous. And I didn't press it. I didn't do it. I bottled out. And how ridiculous is that? You could have had all that marketing collateral, and at the time, Facebook Live was massive, so the algorithm was giving us loads of really good credits, good what do you call it? I can't think what you call it now. Yeah, giving us loads of credits for going live, and I never had the bottle to go and do it. Although I was interviewing people, I was quite happy to interview people recorded, and I could edit it, but one of them things. So you've got to step out. And here's the thing, what I'm going to say is that if you step out and you make the decision to build a business, that's it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do exactly what needs to be done. And you don't mess about, then you will see success quickly. And if you don't get discouraged, because it takes a while. Okay. Something else that I always say is that it takes 30, 60, 90 days. The average time now from the stats, 65 to 67 days for someone to see your offer, to go through your funnel and make the decision to become a customer. So 67 days, 65, 67 days, okay? Now, what happens is most people, average people, and just that's the majority of people, they start a business, they start doing something, and normally within 2 or 3 months have quit because they get discouraged. And that isn't even long enough for your new audience to get to know who you are and what you're about. And so you've got to give it time. But you can do two things. You're going to get in, get busy, and stay consistent and make something work. Or you can just dip your toe in the water for the next 20 years and never gain any traction. Just be paying out for the tools every week, okay, or every month. So what would you rather do? You know, and there's no reason why you can't be as good as the so-called gurus that you see, okay, within that time frame, within within the first quarter of you starting your business, 3 months, okay. And the way I always do business is you want to look at it in quarters, 3, 6, 9, 12 months. And when you first get involved in business, set your stall out for 12 months. Don't do what most people do, which is the chasing the money. And I know that happens, and that happens because most people get missold, because most marketers market gimmick. They market gimmicks. What I mean by that is they go, yeah, yeah, get involved in this thing. It's all AI. 2 clicks and you're in. It's done with that. Whoa, yeah, that's nothing. You don't have to do anything. It's great. Okay. But what principles of marketing are you learning? If I show you something, some of the thing I do mileage and secret. You've probably seen if you're live here on YouTube, you'll see I've got 180 episodes of doing mileage and secret as a case study. And some people go, just go in there, copy and paste, send. Okay. But what are you learning as a marketer if all you're doing is copying and pasting? What you're actually learning is getting really good at clicking that mouse and clicking Control C, Control V, or copy and paste. Really good at that. Okay. But you're not going to learn anything else. You're not going to learn the principles of email marketing. You're not going to learn what your audience is receptive to. You're not going to learn copywriting. And these are all the things that you can learn from something as simple as doing that platform. Ugh. So think about it. Okay. Um, right. How long have we been talking now? Crikey. Time fly when you're having fun. Right. Um, I want to touch on what I've been using. So I use a funnel builder. Um, and if when you start in business, you're going to need some tools. Okay. And what I always say is there's only two tools you really need. I mean, people will try and sell you all kinds of things for hundreds of dollars a month. All you need is two things. Number one is an autoresponder, so you can capture people's details. And number two is some kind of funnel building software, so you can build those landing pages and those basic uh, pages that you need. Okay, sales pages. Um, and some kind of productivity tool. I know that's three, but what I use, first of all, I'll tell you my productivity tool. I get online every day. It's called Let's Go. It's $10. And the good thing about all the products that I'm talking about, they give 80% commissions. So one of the things I will say is that when you're in affiliate marketing or you're marketing something, look at the numbers and see if you can make sense of the numbers, which normally very simple and straightforward to follow, and make sure they work for you. There's a lot of deals out there, a lot of network marketing companies out there that are so obtuse with their numbers and their payment plan, or they're so complicated nobody can work them out until it comes to the day you get your check and you go, "Is that it? I put all these hours in, I've got all these people involved, and is that it? Is that the reality of it?" So what I'm talking about here is getting 80% the lion's share of the commission. So this productivity tool, what I do, I jump on in the morning and I've got all the things that I need to do. I don't know if you saw, I did a short on it yesterday, just saying this is the most satisfying thing on the internet, which it is. But I've got about 15 tasks every day. I jump on, first task, go through social media, reply to comments, all that sort of thing. Come back, click, boom, done. That's it, gone. Right, what's the next one? And it keeps me on track because I don't know about you, but I'm one of them people that isn't particularly logical, but likes to be creative, which means I piss about doing stuff. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that over there. Okay. So I need something to keep me on track, and that's what it does. Okay. Um, so let's go. The next thing is the funnel builder. Um, I mean, I've got 17 years in this game, and I've used the majority of funnel builders, funny builders. I've used the majority of them, and some are very good. Some have got limitations, and some are good but downright expensive. And what you'll find is everything online is getting more and more expensive, and the affiliate commissions are getting less and less. Um, one of my affiliate programs just changed last week. Just changed their affiliate payout. Was residual income. Now they pay it for 12 months. Thanks very much. You know, I know costs are going up, but why should the affiliates be the ones that are affected? Anyway, so this funnel builder, it's $25 a month, okay, which is a fraction of many of them out there. You can have unlimited funnels. You've got such amazing functionality. So membership websites, you can build blogs on there. You can have survey funnels. One of the big things right now, survey funnels, and you can do very well with a business model that I talk about in the academy with survey funnels. Okay, and survey funnel software is expensive, and this is included in the price of $25 a month with unlimited funnels. And there's so much more functionality I can't remember now. All the functionality that you would want, e-commerce stores, the list kind of goes on. What I like about this is that it is dead easy to use. And I've got to be quite honest, when I first started using this software, because I used my old software for about sort of 15 years, I was a bit lackluster. It was like, this is really basic, but it was basic because it was simple, because everybody could use it, and it gave me the functionality that I wanted. So it was good. Um, and what I'll say to you as well is that there is genius in simplicity. Okay, so that's Funnel Builder. It's hosted on AWS. It's lightning fast, and you're not going to have any issues with it. They also said in a recent meeting that, by the way, we're never going to change our affiliate compensation plan, our business model. It's never going to change. And I just love it for that reason alone. So that's $25 a month. And the next thing we've got is the HBA Mastermind. It's a traffic and conversions mastermind. And this is where you learn to get leads and convert those leads into sales. And that is something that I would not be without now. And it's something that I would wholeheartedly recommend to anybody, simply because the industry changes so quickly. And as online business owners, we're pretty well isolated. We work by ourselves, we work online, and sometimes we go, I just want a solution. I just want to go and ask somebody who can give me a solution to this problem. What is it? Okay. And that's what I find with this community, because it's all about community, and it's all about being principle centered, and putting the affiliates first. And what they've done is they've created this culture, this amazing culture of care. And I don't mean that from a schmaltzy kind of marketing nonsense kind of way. I mean that genuinely, because that's what they've actually done. And I thank you for that. So the mastermind, 125 a month. Bearing in mind, you're going to get paid 80% commissions. So what I'm talking about here is you've got all the facets of a business that you can do very well with very quickly. And with 2 sales, you're going to be well into profit. Okay, so that's what we're talking about there. Right. So I said this wasn't going to be a pitch fest, but I've got to tell you what I'm using, because it helps so many people. And it's helping so many people who've paid out $6 million dollars in commissions already. And with those tools in place, there's not a lot you really need. There's not a lot else you really need to build your business. You can use these tools. Remember the analogy I gave you about the gold mining. Okay, with these tools in place, not only are you the gold miner, but you're also the supplier of the tools, and that's a powerful position to be in. So that's what reach out to me, put me a comment if you want to know more about this. I'm not going to put links out because it's a bit spammy. Put a comment below and ask me for the link, and I'll send it to you. You can have a look at it, and it's the new funnel that I actually showed you. If you're watching this on YouTube, I did a review on it. So there's a video you can see. It's good. It's good. It's a good video as well. Do a lot of A lot of good stuff in there. Um, and really, I'm just looking through my notes here. We have another product called the Financial Literacy. Let me say that again. The Financial Literacy Academy, FLA. Okay. What the Financial Literacy, what FLA is, it's it's financial education for people who don't always get, or for the majority of people who don't get financial education. What I've found in business is that you start a business, and then in some cases you start earning good money. And for a lot of people, that can be scary. What do I do with all this money? I don't know what to do with it. Okay, do I put it in the bank? Do I go and invest it in something? If what? For me, I was doing property developing. So as soon as I made, a chunk of money, it went into another property. So it's simple, but what do you do with it? And how do you leverage your money? How do you get your money to work for you? And that's what FLA is all about. So we talk about things like basic accounting to get you started. We then talk about how to mitigate taxes. We then talk about other sort of asset income projects like property or vehicles or other kind of offline businesses that you can get into leverage. So it's really powerful, particularly when it comes to building long-term assets and long-term plans. It's a lot of things. A lot of people don't understand how to do it, and FLA is a really powerful product that allows you to do that. So to have a look at that as well. Ask me for the link on there. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be this session is Wednesday night. I'm going to be doing one every week. Okay, for the foreseeable future now. I have tested this, um, and I have changed the days and I've messed about and that sort of thing. And I apologize if you've kind of got into a groove, and then because I've got to make sure this works for everyone. I'm always mindful of the fact that I've got people in the UK, I've got people over in the US, and I try and cater for both, but you can't. Okay. People are either at work or they're committed during the day, or it's too late for them. Okay, over in the UK. So I appreciate that. Um, but what I'm going to be doing, they are recorded. Yes, they are recording. Am I recording? Yeah, I'm sure I am. So they're recorded, and they'll be available inside the academy. Now, the academy, okay, is my academy called the McLauchlan Academy. You can get into that. You can access them for free, okay. But the good stuff, okay, is inside the academy. I'm not going to go through it all tonight because I've told you about the different products that I've talked about, and I said I didn't want this to be a pitch fest, but yeah, you can get access to it for free. But the academy is a really good place, online business education platform. And I just keep putting more and more stuff in there. And again, it's all about learning your trade, about learning how to be a marketer. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, let me know if you got some value from that. Um, and I'll tell you this right now, business isn't difficult. I know what you're thinking right now. And I'm thinking it's all right for you, mate. You've been doing it for a long time. I've just started and everything's difficult. Everything's uh, everything's hard, and it will be. Okay. But if you give yourself the time to learn, and if you align yourself with people who can teach you and people you trust, obviously, you're going to have to do a bit of work to find out, because just because I'm out there doing content every day doesn't mean you necessarily trust me. So reach out to the people who you want to work with, and just put the work in and just do it. And as I say, business isn't difficult, it's people that make it difficult. People overcomplicate things, and people put their own spin on things. Uh, some people in videos, they're very good. They've been doing it for years, but they say too much. Okay, I probably do that. Or they don't get to the point really quickly. Okay. They kind of go around the houses for 10 minutes before they get to the point. And, some people go, just give me the point, give me the information. And some people get caught up in the story and I like it. Okay. So everyone's got their own nuances when it comes to marketing. Everyone's got their own style and their own way. And when you first start, just give your business your personality, and just go with it. And if you listen to my suggestions on getting started as a beginner, it's always the same. It's always document your journey. Tell people what you're doing. You have so much value to give. I'll say this again. As a beginner, if you've made the decision to start a company, if you've made the decision to sign up for something, then the person who hasn't wants to know your story. They want to know what were the motivating factors that made you sign up? What's your lifestyle now, and what's your dream? What do you want to do with this business? Because I was thinking about doing the same thing, but I wasn't really sure. So I wasn't really sure if it was me. So what's on the other side? Tell me, please. Please tell me. Okay, if you do a video telling people what's on the other side, you're attracting an audience, and you're attracting an engaged audience from just telling people what you've done. And yet most people don't think there's value in that because they're just beginners. Yeah, I'm just a beginner. I don't know anything. I'm not going to do videos. Don't know anything. What a what a missed opportunity that is. So never think you're just starting out because everyone's got value to share. So get eyeballs on your stuff. Okay. Collect attention. Attention is everything. And it's relentless. It's relentless. So get yourself out there and be yourself. Okay. Don't spend the first 6 months trying to be some, clever marketer coming out with the right sayings. Okay, because anybody who spent more time than you in the game will see right through it. They'll see right through what you're doing. So be yourself. If you want to do videos, do videos. If you're nervous on camera, do you know what you do? You tell people that you're nervous. Hey, I'm John. This is my first. Oh, is that? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Right. This is my first video, my first ever video online. So I'm really nervous. But what I want to do is just tell you, I just started in this company. I'll tell you why I did it. Okay. And then you start getting into your story and you start becoming more believable because you're telling the truth and you're just giving people genuine stuff. Okay. So attention, that's how you do it. That's how you get it. And just be consistent with it. And so many people get distracted because they don't get a bite. They don't get the attention that they think they're going to get in the first after the first video. Okay, who's ever done this? Put me a yes in the comments. Who's ever done this? You do a video or you send an email, and half an hour later you look into your stats. How many views have I got? How many views? None. No view. I spent an hour doing that video, and I spent most of the day recording it yesterday. No view. Oh, right. Okay. Never do that. Never get into that. Okay. Just get your stuff out there and go. Okay. And give yourself long enough. And next thing, okay, capturing. Get some kind of capturing facility, a lead page or a landing page. As I told you about what I do for $25 a month. Okay, if you want some access to that, put me a link, ask me for the information, I'll send you that. Communicate, okay, an autoresponder. I use an autoresponder that I really like now. Okay, so again, if you want some details on that, let me know. Automations in place, refreshes people, gets rid of people that aren't communicating with you, puts people in a different category when they are. It's fantastic. All those automations set in place. And close, not sell. Ask questions. Ask questions, get to know people. How can I help you in the best way possible? And that's it. Right. If you've got any questions, drop me them in the comments just below. I hope you've found this kind of valuable. I know I kind of go off on a tangent sometimes and do some rambling, okay? But it's all good information. So let me know if you want any more help. And yeah, we'll do this every week. Okay, I'll be on the social medias tomorrow, and the recording will be available inside the academy. So again, if you want details of those, I'll drop you the links as well. Right, that's me done. And it's exactly an hour. Wow, I'm done. Right, one a high. We'll see you next week.